is important, let's discuss Nigeria. Whether we are going to do coalition or not, let's talk about the future of the country. Because often we abandon the country and what we need to do, talking about power grab. I'm not interested in any coalition that is for purpose of taking power. It is about discussing Nigeria. How do we care about securing Nigeria? How do we care about the common person in Nigeria? How do we care about our children being in school? That is the most important thing for now. That's what we need to remove. Because what you're doing is that you're encouraging stealing of public money, because if I steal it and use it to win an election, then I get all the powers and everything, including immunity, not to be prosecuted. So we must stop it. That is what is driving the stealing. Rail to Medugri. Everywhere rail went before was source of agricultural product or manufactured product. We just shut it down because we're taking granite from Kanu. So where are those rails? They are not there. Trailers are not there. We are now hungry. And every day, people are begging for food. But we have land. Every day, land all over the place. So I thank all of you for being part of this. Let us continue to sacrifice. There's no shortcut to it. If we use shortcut, we will not get there. It is sacrifice. You've seen it every day. We must continue. At this stage, we are going to look for people all over. From those who will be in House of Assembly, those who will be in House of Representatives, those who will be in this. It is important. That is the thing we didn't do last time. We now want genuine people who want to be in the House. If you want to make money from politics, know that you are part of this problem. So don't tell us that you're going, listen, this time around, we will make sure that we are everywhere. We will vote, the vote will count, and those who think they will not count it, will count them. So, we will make it work.
The Igbos are not more or less not interested in anything that has to do with Nigeria politics. You can see the revelation that is coming from the north. And the Yoruba man is afraid of the Igbo man. You see, Igbo man rise to presidency as as another gap. So the Fulanis also have some reservation. What will become of the crude oil at the end of the day? They are not even interested in Nigeria. How would they survive? But they forget that the north has enormous natural resources in the north
to improve the economy hardship of Nigerians. He said he is ready to do whatever it takes, and if after the first 4 years it doesn't do well, that 2031 is ready to leave Aso Rock. What's your take as regards?
Well, so to a lot of people, it's a development that has minus or plus because we don't know whether it has been satisfied. But from what we are getting now, the Northerners has been alleging that the Yorubas has been trying in one way or the other to make sure that the Igbo presidency does not come to fruitfulness, and the Biafran cause also because they see Biafras or Igbos as a domineering force, creating a sentiment of competition. That is just it, and I don't buy into what the Northerners are trying to say at this point. You understand, because they also are aligned with the Yorubas to see how they struggle the political attention with the Igbos, even though Igbos has remained a very unstoppable in all ramifications. So what we are saying at this point in time is that if such option, I use the word if such option is being put on the table of Peter Obi to be feasted, and it's being guaranteed that the coalition, let us teach once Tinubu, that it has become a monumental failure. It has become, a threat to democracy. It has become a threat to the Yoruba nation. It has become something of a reference point because of the way he somersaulted, and he keep on somersaulting the Nigerian economy, the Nigerian political class. All these sectors seems to be collapsing under his presence. And he has shown that when we talk about the Yoruba sophistication or the Southwest sophistication, people does not understand what we actually mean. It's still the best the Yoruba people can actually offer. So there is something that put him there. There was some kind of things that made him to get to that place. And those are the things that has already caused a roadblock for him. So the coalition they are talking about has already singled out a prominent Mr. Integrity. Peter Obi, let me put it that way, to have a battle run, with a fellow Southerner, that's Bola Ahmed Tinubu, ahead of 2027. Peter Obi seems to be enjoying the grassroots support for now, and the Northerners recognize that this is a man who, they almost destroyed his political career, and he was able to switch over to Labour Party in just 4 months to the presidential election. And just 4 months, and he was able to hit this target, So it has become an institution. People have become an institution, and I think because of the seeming understanding that is going on now, the Northerners are regretting having supported Bola Ahmed Tinubu, not knowing that he's just a failure, a complete scam. Let me just do it that way. They are regretting having him there, and they're also saying that behind the scene, the Yorubas we are championing the anti-Igbo presidency, and of course that has gone to them, and they are producing their best. Nigeria has gone down 300 times backward under his administration. So unfortunately, the only option left is for him to bye-bye 2027. That's the way. That's the only way to go, and that is what the southern and the northern bloc are looking at, and that's what the coalition should be all about. So nobody is saying Obi should do first term or second term, but Obi is just reacting that a deal to teach Nigeria how to govern, a deal to show Nigeria what is called leadership, a deal, just to leave a landmark, before maybe finally he switch over to Biafra.
But a lot of people have said that currently what Tinubu is doing, that Obi can replicate what Tinubu is doing based on him taking some vital decision. We saw what he did last week by enforcing the tax reform. They said someone like Peter Obi now, even mingling with the Fulanis. That Peter Obi when he gets there, he might not be able to take some drastic actions and decision. I am even asking what he's saying now, that Peter Obi might not even do better than Tinubu. Do you agree to that fact?
Let me tell you, until we will test Peter Obi at that level. Tinubu was a failure as Lagos State governor, completely. Even though he plays the highest dark politics in the world. If you know what I mean by dark politics, Tinubu is a master in dark politics. But Obi is not going to play, for me, he's not going to play that kind of politics. Obi plays an open politics, and his ideology align with the reality of support that is going to get of his vision to transform Nigeria. It's as simple as that. You don't need to lobby anybody. Obi doesn't need to talk to anybody, to give him food. You don't need to go to the Senate. You don't need to do most of those things. People are already aligning with the vision. Look at when Trump came into power. Trump didn't do more, but people have started aligning, with his vision. As simple as that, and that's how it works. You understand? And when you will know that Obi can be an extremist in his policy is when he thinks that one or two can favor the poor, and you're a senator there, you're a senate president, you say you're from the north, you want to challenge it, then he will tell you that his second name is Nkume Okute Stone. Then you will know whether he's a gentleman or ordinary walking stick. That's the fact, and that's what I'm telling you. We have not discovered Obi, until Nigeria discovered Obi, then we will know what to do at the end of the day. But I can tell you, there must be a legacy. There must be a legacy. Obi is going to live within the space of leadership that was given to him, a mandate that was given to him by Nigeria. That one, I'm sure, very 100% sure of that. Given what he did in as governor in Anambra State today, still speak volumes about Obi's integrity and leadership, dynamism.
Okay, but you're just talking about what Obi did in Anambra. But he said, Obi said, when he was governor of Anambra, that what was able to curb, corruption, was able to, manage costs, deliver good governance by even, channeling funds or money where they should be channeled to. But do you think that this current Nigerian politician, do you think they'll be happy with what he's saying as regards, him, saying that from the first day he's going to start fighting corruption? Do you think that they'll be happy with this?
Obviously, leadership approach will be this friendly and totally different from what people are talking about. You don't need to bully anybody to fall into line. It's just your personality, your integrity speaks volume for yourself. People will be surprised at the end of the day how Nigerians, senators, lawmakers, and stakeholders, were able to align because they know that they know that Tinubu is not as innocent as when it comes in terms of corruption. We'll know that his name is in the DFCC. They are looking for him. He has the personality check issue crisis. But Obi does not have that. So Obi is as simple, as clean as anything, as the air. So anything that is around him will breathe that, discipline, that will breathe that sincerity, will breathe that vision. That's one thing I want to let you know. So it's not a matter of would he be able to muster the courage to stand against any form of resistance from any force, from any quarters, from any politician. Obi would definitely, do that. Obi, the humble looking of a lion does not mean that the lion is weak. But what is inside is what speaks for Obi, and that is what Nigerians are looking for 2027.
Okay, lastly, a lot of people have said they said, the Fulani is the owner of the country. Well, why we don't offer him, a one-time, to be president for one term? Why is it that, they are giving the South, and most importantly, the Igbos, this kind of condition, because Peter Obi is an Igbo man? That was Peter Obi not even dumping them and supporting the Biafra, sovereignty.
Options of national unity, options of becoming one Nigeria, options of whatever they call it, the Igbos are not more or less not interested in anything that has to do with Nigeria politics, You can see the revelation that is coming from the north. And the Yoruba man is afraid of the Igbo man. You see, Igbo man rise to presidency as as another gap. So the Fulanis also have some reservation. What will become of the crude oil at the end of the day? They are not even interested in Nigeria. How would they survive? But they forget that the north has enormous natural resources in the north. They have crude oil too in the north. If they don't have, they should go and find out the one who's the one that's in Lake Chad or whatever, and find a way. You understand? They have gold. The north can actually survive on their own. So the question is that what is it that the Igbo man is benefiting from Nigeria that he cannot actually offer himself? That's the fact. We must understand that. What is Igbo man benefiting from Nigeria that he cannot offer himself? What is Yoruba man benefiting from Nigeria that he cannot offer himself? What is Hausa man benefiting from one Nigeria that he cannot offer himself? So all these things are just pure scam. We must understand that. Of course. That's the fact. So he can decide, of course, which is his right, to join the movement of restoration of the first black nation. The Africa needs a modern nation. I keep on saying it. Africa needs a modern nation. Nigeria is a disappointment, and Nigeria will remain a disappointment. It's not a cause, it's a reality. There is no foundation. There's no foundation that is signaling hope. Nigeria does not lay a foundation that signals hope. Nigeria lay foundation of ethnic killing. Nigeria of bigotry, religious extremism, tribal Fulanization agenda, force me and force you, zoo, jungle, darkness as associated with Nigeria. So you can't tell me that anybody that want to move forward should wait for Nigeria until Nigeria be able to move away from where they found themselves. They would have done that, and they are waiting and believing that now people don't need to advance. That's the kind of mindset that is there in the north. The main where you, I don't need, after all, what are you going to gain? But some people want to move forward, but some people want to go to the space. Some people want to explore. Some people want to enjoy relationship with God. Some people want to test God. Some people want to share a moment with God. Some want to exploit and have dominion. So you cannot say because my culture restricts me from driving a car, then I should not drive a car. That is not correct. And in the atmosphere of that, there will be resistance, and that is what the option Obi is trying to pass ahead of 2027 in case anything happens as the last option for Nigeria unity.
Sent it to me, telling me this is what is happening in Nigeria, that Boko Haram and bandits are kidnapping or capturing Nigerian soldiers.
ये इसे है Dar tahu tanya itu dia le alko le alman ingat dia isi Jida itu le alman le alko enggak ini kalau anak buat ya alka Tunggal kawala. Tundu. Nanggal. Nanggal kami hajan dia. Nanggal hajan dia. Tunggal nanggal. Salam not target doctor. Ani asal kau yang mana dia? Ketawar. Oh tadi aku ya, so ada lah tadi dah kilo. Ini aku. Aku doktor nama, ada tu siapa tu? Ada mungkin. Tadi. Ali hey. Le engel katanya right had dulu. Ali. Le enggak tahu balas sana? Enggak balas ah? Hah? Junggo. Itu dah tahu ngaso ini. Dia kata pula nanggi. The I have iPhone hetan kat mak ko.
I want to bust your bubble that those soldiers are no Nigerian soldiers. But I wish it were in Nigeria that this happened. It would have been better. Because what is happening in Nigeria is worse than what you just saw. I'm telling you honestly speaking. Is it not the young man that was shouting and screaming on top of his voice as a special force from Nigerian army, telling you how their organs are sacrificing soldiers to Boko Haram because they benefit from insecurity. Because insecurity in Nigeria has become a big cash cow, has become a big enterprise running in multi-billion dollars. That once insecurity is overcome in Nigeria, they will stop the cash flow. The money will stop coming. And that's why they will never allow insecurity to be defeated. You get the point? So, Stop sharing the video. Stop lamenting, because what is happening in Nigeria is far worse than what you're seeing. The only thing that can stop it, I could keep saying it and keep propagating it, is to retire these criminal-minded people that have captured the state in the name of your political class in power today. Don't even think about your guys in the Nigerian security setup. They are all corrupt, far corrupt. So don't expect any military takeover, forceful takeover, or bloody takeover of power. I'm not an advocate of breakdown of law and order. I'm not an advocate of bloody revolution, because ultimately I'll keep saying that if there is, it is the people that will continue being the victims, whereas the beneficiaries of such will continue being the corrupt politicians. I'm telling you honestly speaking, the only way out for Nigerians who are trapped in that godforsaken contraption you call Nigeria is ballot revolution. We did that in 2023. Don't get it twisted. And don't allow anybody to tell you otherwise, that your vote doesn't count. We demonstrated the fact that it is possible, and we will double our effort come 2027. They're already in the panic mode. That is why you are seeing all the endorsement, all the defection, and all of those brouhahas, and even their commentary to incite fear in the minds of Nigerians that their vote will not count. Don't listen to them. I'm telling you honestly, they are afraid of what is to come. We will double our effort, and we will not listen to anyone that will tell us, take it easy. It is fire for fire. It is between the people and the government of impunity. Anyone that stands in the way of the people come 2027 will become the victim of his wickedness and his criminality and unconstitutional involvement in rigging and subjugating the will of the people come 2027. And that is the position of GGN. I still remain Associated Peters, the advocate for good governance and the leader of this campaign for ballot revolution.